Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Kim and I am going to show you my most recent junk journal that I made. I've always wanted to make one of those little golden book junk journals, and so I finally got on the stick here and did it. As always, once I started decorating, I kind of should have done my spine thicker because I had to stop decorating. Like, I have pages that I wanted to continue to add embellishments to, but I can't because it's too thick. So this actually is a book that I was given at one of the last retreats I taught at, and so that's what kind of made me think, all right, now's the time to start making a junk journal, because there was a comment on the inside it was written on. I thought, okay, I want to keep this forever. So I did watch a couple tutorials, and this is the one that I kind of did a combination of different ones, put my own spin on some things, but I will end up doing a tutorial on how I put the book together. You'll notice that even though it's a little golden book, this is red, but I kept that as the spine, and so there was no cutting on this book. I just used it as it was made. So I do have some dangles. Now, I was going to put something like dangly things here, but really that just gets in the way when I'm looking at the book, so I decided not to do that. So I started off with a piece of red lace or ribbon here, and then I had some prettier, more decorative one, and I kind of thought it reminded me of the shape of the leaves of holly, so that's what I went with. And then I have three flat back, I don't think they're enamel, but they're just some embellishments that I thought looked good. These were brads, and I cut off the back, and it spells Santa. I don't know if the light you can see it or not. And then everything else, oh, the corners, I used to have that little We Are Memory Keepers clamp thing that would clamp these onto the corners, but I couldn't find it. I don't know if I sold it or what, but so I just used pliers and it stayed on just fine, and I did it on the back also. You'll notice I didn't do anything on the back. I just kept it in its original state there. And then I do have some things dangling off the bottom here. So when I put the signatures in, when I tied off the string in the center hole, I left it longer so that I could add some beads down at the bottom. So these kind of get in the way too sometimes, but I think they're kind of cute. There's a Santa on that one. This one is just a tree. This one is a star, and it says Believe down at the bottom. And then this one has a spool that's got a Christmas song wrapped around it. So they're not too bulky, but yeah. So I didn't do a closure. That's why I had to kind of stop decorating also. So what I'll do is I'll walk you through this, and like I said, I need to get another little golden book in order to show you how I made it, because I didn't record as I was making it. These are pretty time consuming, I'm not gonna lie, once you start decorating. And like I said, I could have gone on and on. So next time, if I make another one, well, I'm trying to decide, do I want to keep this as the spine, or should I just cut it and make it so that I can have a thicker spine? I don't know, I kind of like the idea of having that though. So alright, so let's get started. So I did add a flap on this front cover so that this opens. And so this is what I was talking about, the message that was written in here. So I decided I wanted to keep this not covered up so you could see it. And I'll just kind of tell you briefly, I mean, this could become a longer video because I'm going to tell you what I did. I used mainly the collection from Country Craft Creations. I'll show it to you. I used Old World Christmas for my pages, the ones that are not the book. And then I did some combinations of things that I had in my stash and all sorts of stuff. So then I just had a tag here, and then I added a piece of ephemera and put a little bow. Can you see that? A twine right there in the center. I made an angled pocket, and then I just added some embellishments to give it a little bit of a swirl here. I thought that looked good. And I do like how the ribbon kind of hang off the side. And then everything that I glued down, I usually just glued on one side or two sides so that something can always be tucked underneath. And I did use I had an ephemera collection that I had bought from Country Craft Creations a while ago by 49 and Market. And so I used those ephemera pieces. Those are cute. This is like a not acetate bag, kind of like a cellophane bag. Nope, not cellophane. Oh, glassine bag. And then I put some little flat backs here. Then I just had a tag and put a little Believe tag on there with some twine. So that was, I tried to, I purposely made some spots where I could have some journaling. And I, like I said, I didn't glue things on 4 sides. I usually just glued them on 2. I can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. And then that just tucks in there like so. So then this is a tie closure so that it doesn't flap around. And I think it's kind of nice, again, to have this hanging the bow off the side. It's real simple. It's just a really light, thin piece of jute to tie that closed. Left this lace open here. I love lace. I didn't want to go too crazy on the lace. I tried to make this more vintagey. I inked every page. Everything I had, I inked. This is a little pocket so you could put something in. I probably should have put something in there. I'll just put that here for right now so I remember to go back and put something in there. Okay, this was just all my pockets. I did not do the 1/2 inch on the 3 sides because I thought that would be too bulky, and as it turns out, it's a good thing that I didn't. And then I just put a recipe card here and a tag. Now I didn't put any numbers like on a December daily like you do 1 through 25 or whatever. I didn't do that, but maybe as I start writing things I might add numbers to it. But this whole story is intact. So one of the things you need to know is if you do the book like I did and you don't cut the spine, you do have to cut off some of your width of your page. Otherwise it would hang over too much. So that's something to be aware of if you end up wanting to make this. If you keep the spine intact, you do have to trim some of the edge of the book off. Okay. So then this is part of the story, and I just added a pocket, and it is embossed. It has lines on it. I had some sayings here and there. Oh my gosh, these things are so old, but that's vellum, and it says frosty nights, winter, snow-filled days. Little corner embellishment with an ornament, and then I just made a tag out of paper, and I had that tag punch. This is from the collection, and I thought these would be great places then to journal. Now today is December, what is today? December 4th, so I need to get caught up. So this, I just added a pocket and another pocket on top of it. So there's that. And then I did use one of those little garment pins or garment garment paper clip things that I had found that I had, didn't even know I had them. And did a thumb hole punch right there. I had this card from who knows what. I went through a bag of stuff that I had, like a bunch of paper products, and I have a lot of ephemera. This was actually stickers, and I just took the stickers out and then made it into a little booklet. Okay, this page would be open for a picture, or I purposely left this page open because of the lines on the music. I thought it'd be easy to write on this page also, and then just put a piece of real pretty trim right here. So this is just a stacked layered pocket, and I just put little pieces of ephemera here and there, but there's 1, 2, 3, and then if you glue it just on the 3 sides, that makes for a 4th pocket, and I just put a piece of doily applique on here. Left this open so I could put a picture down inside. This is actually a sticker, it's not actually lace. And then I have a bunch of these things that I didn't know I had, like I must have got them a long time ago, so I started using those in here also. Didn't want to cover up the story, like I said, so I just put a swirl here, a little coin envelope here, and this says good cheer. The only thing I did on this page then was put a piece of lace at the top. This was actually the ephemera die cut where is it at? Oh, I took them out. So I had that 49 in Market, I think, or was it Blue Fern? No, I don't know. Maybe it was Blue Fern. Maybe it was Blue Fern. I think it was. Anyway, that was the packaging. So I just cut out, used that as a pocket. And this is the ephemera that came in there that I'm still using. And then I had some Christmas tags. This has the foam dots on the back. Again, made a tag using a punch. And then I made 2 more tags. And then I just tucked inside here. Okay. So this is a triple belly band. I ended up using a little paper clip to keep things in, but there's 3 different layers to the belly band. So I have 3 different size papers in here. Again, it's all of that from the collection. And then I just glued a pocket envelope on the top belly band and stuck in a piece of ephemera. So that will give me a lot of journaling space. But this paper was flopping all over, so I put this garment pin. What, is that a garment pin? Maybe not. I don't know. So I had a package of stuff from a long time ago. I think I won it actually, a kit, a card kit. And this was one of the things that was in there. I like it because it's got a hole in here. I glued that, or I put a bow on there. And it has a slot there. And then it opens up. So I had to not glue at the very corner because it's rounded here. And then it gives you a place to journal. So I thought that was perfect. Did I leave it open on the top? No, I did not. Just added a place for probably a picture. I left this open so something can tuck in. Merry and Bright, that's from the cutouts. Left this page the way it was. Just put a little tab on the side and heartwarming moments down here in the corner. This side has some real pretty lace. This coffee stained paper, I did not make it. I ordered it from somebody on Etsy, but that was, it's not the actual picture, it's just a copy, but my mom and her sister and her mom and dad, so my grandparents, and there's a Christmas tree in the back, so that needed to go in there. And then I left it open so things could tuck behind that also. This I just bought this die cut, and I thought it blended in perfectly here. Used an envelope, just added a ticket. On the inside, I just put 2 green pieces of paper to put a picture on. And then I had these little candy cane cutouts and matted it on paper. So here's the center of this signature. And so I tied off at the center, and then those dangled from the bottom, and that's where I put the beads. So that just goes straight down like so. And then just a little tuck spot here. I love this coffee stained paper so much that I didn't want to really cover a whole lot. So all I did was put a piece of vintage, it's like a crocheted lace. So left this page open, and this one. Like I said, I had to leave some of them empty because my book was getting so thick. Another tuck spot here with some flat back enamel dots. This is a pocket. Again, I didn't put anything in there. I could. I don't know why I didn't. I still have a tray sitting here with stuff in there. Would this work? Like a window? I don't know. I can put it there and then I can take it out later. Maybe I will take it out. Maybe I'll put that someplace else actually. So for right now, I can put these in there. What else do I have left? Not a whole lot, I guess. Let's see. I just want to put something in there so I don't forget to go back, and I still have ephemera in here. I have to ink it. I inked everything to give it that vintage, older look to it. These might be too little. Yeah, I'm going to have to get something bigger. I'll find something. But for right now, I guess I'll just put this back in there because it's tall. Okay. It says I'll be home for Christmas. It was too long, so I did have to cut it into 2 pieces. Just put a piece of vintage coffee dyed lace with a Christmas tree here. Again, I left these pages plain with the story on it. This was a card in the base, and I left this open for a tuck spot and just stapled on an old ticket. I have this punch that's a bow and some trim here. This is from the Blue Fern or 49 Market, whatever it was. This is just a little, this was the packaging for my enamel dots, and so I just used that, put a piece of velvet rickrack on the top, and then a place for a picture. At school a long time ago, they were getting rid of these book, you know how you used to have to check out a book the old-fashioned way without a computer and you wrote your name and stuff. They had a bunch of these and they already have adhesive on the back, and she was just going to throw them away. I said, no, I'll take them. And then I just put a piece of gold paper and this music paper in there, added some paper to the pocket, deck the halls. So this page I did put something on. I had this tag of Santa, and I did have another saying on the vellum paper: warm mittens, snowmen rounds, snowflakes playing, merry-go-round. That's kind of a weird saying, but all I did was put some lace here and left this open on this side so I could tuck something in. I loved this paper, so I didn't do anything with that. So here's an envelope, and I just put the opening to the outside this time. Have a little cutout or ephemera piece, again left open, and this is one of the tags from the collection, and I just added a little topper here. A little flag piece, banner piece, that's from the ephemera. And I just got this die. How cute is that little guy? I had an old tag here. I think it was for like dry cleaning. No, I don't know. I have no idea. I just put a piece of like crocheted trim there with a piece of ephemera and a little bow here. I skipped a page. Put the clip on 2 pages. Oh, left that one open. Just put some old vintage trim on the edge. And then this could be for a picture, but I had this old postcard, so I attached that. You know what? This one wasn't the old one. I bought a collection at Amazon that was all vintage looking Santa postcards. And so I thought, oh, perfect. It looks vintage. It is, you know, looks old, so that goes in. And I just clipped it here. Just an angel here on the side from, I think they're from Germany, these cutouts that I got. A little tuck spot from the collection, a piece of the ephemera. Look at, that's my dad as a little boy, and he's got reindeer on his sweater. I just love it. Now, it's not the original picture, it's a copy, but oh, he was so cute. Look at that. Ooh. Dad, if you're watching, I know he's not, but if you're watching, that's you. And it says Happy Holidays here. This is a tuck spot. Again, the card base, put one of the tags from the collection, piece of jute, maybe just a little border piece down there. For journaling or a picture, again for a picture, and I just put this cut part on the side here, empty. Put a frame, added some pieces here just to give it some pizzazz. I did some layering. This was 2 pieces, so was this, 2 different pieces of ephemera. Another one of those tags that I did on the other page. It's just a different picture. It's got some sparkle on it, but they're on foam squares. I added these 2 candy cane pieces, tried to make it like a pocket, and then put one of the tags in, tied a little bow at the top. Just had some velvet rickrack to get rid of, so finished it on this side. This is another one of those vintage postcards, and I added some trim. It's open on 2 sides to tuck something in. This is another one of the dies I bought. It came with 2, so this is the second one. I like the other one better, but this is a pocket, and I just put a piece of the ephemera and just layered some of the extra lace I had left over, and then I had a package that said creating with details, so I used it. Little place to write. The last story. Happy Christmas to all and to all, good night. Yep, just added some of that vintage crocheted trim, a coin envelope. Oh, I glued the bow on, so there we go. And then it's just I can put something in there. And then this says Happy New Year. It's a real, this isn't pretend, it's real. It's a postcard that I got at a, I don't know, probably a flea market or something. I don't know. What's it say? I think of you a great deal. With much love from your cousin. And I just attached it with one of those clips. And then this is from a book that I have that I purchased. You know what? Who was it that told me about this book? I don't know, but it's about flowers, the alphabet with flowers. And I thought, well, it's close enough to the right color. It's not a poinsettia, but... And then I put the Holly Jolly cutout, and these are from the collection, these little ephemera pieces. But I ripped it around the edge, and then this is an ephemera piece. And then I did the same thing on the back as I did on the front, and just put a little flap with a closure. So I love that piece of that paper. And then I have a gold swirl. Here comes Santa Claus. I had to cover the twine because I forgot, and so there I just put that on there, but left this open so I could tuck this little, says a Christmas story, or our Christmas story, and then a little postcard. And there's one of those school library card thingies again, and then there's my mom and her older sister and my grandma, and again the Christmas tree in the back. So obviously I'm keeping this book, and I am going to write in it. I'm going to start some old tickets, and I layered some of the paper I just cut out. And like I said, I did left the back the way it was. So when I do the tutorial, I'm not going to show you all the decorating. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been in my in my craft room today. I already had the book made. All I was doing was decorating, and I started at like 8:30, 9 in the morning, took a break for lunch for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and came back down and started working again, and I stopped at 7 for dinner. So then I just came back down to record, and I could have kept decorating, but I was getting too chubby. So I love it. Obviously these have been around for a while. I would love to see the ones that you guys make. Like I said, I'll do a tutorial so that you know that you can make these without having to cut your book apart. And so I think I'll just, as soon as this is done, I'm going to go sit down and jot down some things from this last couple days. The virtual retreat is wrapping up today, and a couple people sent me recipes and beautiful cards that they made. So I'm going to try and tuck those in here, and I'll write about that. So, all right, it does take a while to make these if you want to do all this decorating, and the time also takes a while is because you have to go look for all your stuff. Like I have a tray out that I just put things in, and now I got to put away the stuff I didn't use, but that's what's time consuming also. So, well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I will get a tutorial up. I have to go get another book. I'm trying to decide if I should get another Christmas one or maybe go with a different theme. I do have some school paper that I got from Country Craft Creations that I would kind of like to make a journal and kind of reminisce and write some of the stories that I remember from my 32 years of teaching. I'm still teaching, but I thought that would be kind of fun to go down, take a walk down memory lane. So, all right, well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back as soon as I can with the tutorial for how to make the cover.